Yo, welcome back. Today, I'm going to discuss the current whereabouts of the Road Poneglyphs and the copies of them as well. As we know, the Road Poneglyphs, you have to collect all four to tell you where Laughtail is, right? Roger was the first to find all four. The first one he found was the one that the Big Mom pirates currently possess. And then he met with Kozuki Odin, where he found the one at Zoe, because the minx showed him. And then he found the one at Fishman Island. And then they got the one from Wano last, because Kozuki Odin went back, grabbed it, and then they went to Laughtail. So, where are they currently? These copies that Roger had could be destroyed. Roger might have just thrown them into the ocean after he was done with them or burned them. I can't imagine they're still around, but they could be. There's no evidence saying that they aren't. So, there's that. So now, where are they located currently? We've got the one on Zoe. Zoe's is still there. Whole Cake, the Big Mom Pirates, are still in possession of this one. The one on Wano, we now have the new dynasty and Shogun of Wano, Momonosuke. He's in charge of that one for now. And then, at some point after Roger visited the Road Poneglyph on Fishman Island, it disappeared. It's no longer there. And currently, there's a rumor that the man marked by flames has it, right? And I'll be discussing who I think that is later in this video. But for now, let's change this. MMBF, man marked by flames. Now, who has copies of which? That's the important question here. Because there's no pirate crew or individuals that possess all of the stones physically. Let me mark on the board who has which copies. So Luffy's got the first three. Law has the one at Zoe and the one from Wano. And Kid, he stole a copy of the Poneglyph from Charlotte Snack, one of the Sweet Commanders. And he also has the one from Wano. But we know those two bozos lost theirs. So let's add some more to the board. So I added Teach and Shanks. As we know, I believe it was Wire. Was it Wire? He offered to Shanks to spare Kid's life their two copies of the Poneglyph rubbings. I'm keen to believe that Shanks took them. We didn't really see him grab them, but I believe he did, because he was like, give me your shit. And then like, here you go. Right. So I believe that Shanks has the rubbings from Wano and Whole Cake. So that makes his job fairly easy. With Teach, though, we saw the Polar Tang sink, and we never saw Teach take Law's copies, so they could be at the bottom of Winter Island right now. But, here's the thing. I personally believe that Teach has a copy from Whole Cake Island. What, dude, what are you talking about? Why? Well, they got Pudding. There's no doubt in my mind that Van Augur and Kuzan definitely grabbed a copy of it because of the Warp fruit. If those two guys are capable of taking a person away from Whole Cake Island, away from the Sweet Commanders, they definitely got a copy of that Poneglyph. So Teach definitely, to me, has one. Shanks has two. Luffy's got three. Who else could have copies here? We know Buggy has a big fat 0, because he has not left Empty Bluff, nor has his crew. And Buggy was one of the 12 on that panel that Oda showed us. If Buggy is going to be one of the main people to try to find the One Piece, he's going to need some copies. From where? He'll probably stumble upon them. He'll probably just luck into them somehow. I don't know. He's Buggy. He falls upward all the time. He could somehow find the man marked by flames, for all I know, you know? We can speculate all we want on who has these Road Poneglyphs, but if you can't read them, then there's no point. And I currently believe all three of our contenders know somebody who can read these Poneglyphs. We got Robin on the Straw Hats. She can read them, obviously. We have Teach. Teach currently has Pudding in his possession, and Pudding is a Third Eye Tribe member, who it is rumored that Third Eye Tribe members can awaken their ability and be able to read any script. So whether or not Pudding will even awaken this ability or even want to read the poneglyphs for Teach up in the air, but valuable asset nonetheless. Shanks. Who does Shanks have? Well, we know that Jaguar D. Saul is on Elbaf, and he's been studying the leftover books from O'Hara, from them studying the Void Century. So I think Saul, or potentially one of his constituents, is able to read the poneglyphs because Vegapunk was able to read poneglyphs. And who taught Vegapunk? He snuck over to Elbaf. He learned it from Saul. So I think Saul is able to read the poneglyphs as well, because he, just like Robin, inherited the will of O'Hara. So, the man marked by flames, the last piece of this poneglyph puzzle, right? So, I recently did a reread of Egghead, and I took some notes, and there was some speculation by the Blackbeard pirates about who the man marked by flames could be. Vasco Shot told us, he told Aokiji, that the rumor's been around for at least 2 years. So pre-time skip, this rumor was going around. Okay, and then we've got Lafitte. Lafitte says that he heard that the ship is pitch black, and then that any ships that get close sink into whirlpools. And he speculates if that's a devil fruit ability as well. And then we've got Shiryu, who's got probably the most intriguing part of this. He thinks that the man marked by flames might be a member of the government, and that he speculates that it would be a very good idea for the government to hold on to a very important piece of the puzzle to get to Laugh-Tale. Because if you don't want pirates going there, I'd want to be in possession of one of the rocks that lets them get there, right? Who do I think it is? Personally, I think it's Monkey D. Dragon. You're probably thinking, Tyler, you just said Shiryu had a great idea of the government holding on to the last piece of the puzzle. I think that the government did. After Roger found the One Piece, they were scrambling to try to find any piece of this puzzle to prevent the next Pirate King from coming about. So I think they went to Fishman Island covertly, maybe with Cypher Pole. And then I think they took the poneglyph. We know that Monkey D. Dragon was a Marine during Roger's execution. And then 22 years ago, the O'Hara incident happens. And Dragon is no longer Marine. So there's 3 years there where Dragon was a Marine and it was post Roger's execution. That is 3 years to learn and to figure out maybe he was on the team that took it. Maybe Dragon was a Cypher Pole agent. We know he was a Marine. I think personally he was like Vice Admiral level, maybe. But that's here nor there. Whatever. But I think when the O'Hara incident happened, Dragon became disillusioned with the government and no longer aligned himself with their sense of justice. So I think he took it. I think he yoinked it right from under their nose. And that's probably why the government gave him the epithet of the world's most dangerous man. Yes, he's headed up the revolutionaries, but he took the rock. He put the poneglyph back into circulation. I think that was a crazy L for the government to let him yoink that. Man marked by flames. He's got that face scar. He's had that scar for so long. Maybe, hear me out, he got that scar while trying to steal the rock. Or maybe he got it when he turned in his resignation. It is I, Monkey D. Dragon. I'm just kidding. I made a mistake in the video. I'm waffling about some stuff that I didn't fact check. Dragon didn't have his scar at O'Hara, which would have been, he would have been 33, and then in the Kuma flashback, he was 41 and he had the scar then. So he got the scar between leaving the Marines and having the revolutionaries as a fighting force. So, I mean, that's what, 8 years of potential fights that he could have got his scar during, or it's a tattoo that he did himself. But he's still marked. He's still our guy. He's still our guy. The Black Ship. Dragon's main ship is called the Wind Grandma, and it is black. as well. And we know Dragon has at least some devil fruit powers, because we saw back in Rogue Town, he summoned that windstorm to help Luffy escape Smoker. Who's to say this power can't also give him whirlpool powers? Maybe he's using the wind on the surface of the water to spin it to start a whirlpool or something like that. Maybe he's got a Thunderbird mythical zone that lets him do stuff like that, right? We don't know yet. His devil fruit has not been revealed to us. And then we've got the part that really kind of seals the deal for me on this theory, is that Dragon was on that page, that double page spread, where there's the 12 people who I think Oda is telling us are our main players in the final saga. These 12 characters are the most likely to find the One Piece. And currently, as we know, the revolutionaries don't hold any poneglyphs. Dragon does. I think Dragon does. That would put him in the race, along with all these other people. Dragon being the man marked by flames, it makes too much sense to me. I would love to hear from you guys to tell me that I'm wrong, or to give me some counterpoints or some more points that I didn't realize about this. But to me, as of chapter 1121, Dragon's the man marked by flames. And it's not Hanafuda. It's not Hanafuda. That bum got beaten by Ace pre-time skip. He's not coming back. SBS bum. Yeah. So, later.